Devil fans, it's time for another edition of Clinton Football with Coach Andrew Webb. And this week we're coming off the big win over Chesney, in which our final non-region game won 47-12 over the Chesney Eagles. This week it all begins, the second season, if you will, when they keep the records, the conference play. All this matters for those seedings that have come later in the year for the state 3A playoffs. So, Coach, let me first congratulate you on a great win. I think you played everybody you took to Chesney, South Carolina, but 47-12, what a night.
Yeah, our football team needed that. You know, we had struggled the past 3 weeks, and we really felt like, there was a lot of self-destruction, I guess, that we had done to ourselves, that we had not played well, and ultimately we hurt our chances of winning. So that gets frustrating when you're shooting yourself in the foot, but our guys continue to respond. We said that last week. Our guys continue to come back and respond each Monday. They're fighting, they're working, and we knew we were close. And to go put 4 good quarters of football together like that, especially 3 really good quarters of football, our team needed that. Our confidence, our swagger, we got it back a little bit. We're not an overconfident football team. We understand where we are and who we are, but we also saw what we're capable of. And, for our football team to do that going into conference play was perfect time.
This week, I'm not going to say this is when it all counts, because all of them count.
Yeah.
We're not where we want to be at 2 and 3, but the region play, which you always look forward to, the playoffs will be seeded based off the next 5 games. And right off the bat, Coach, we got a Chapman team that a lot of people feel is the region favorite. They're number 4 in all of 3A football, and it's going to take a great performance tonight for the Red Devils facing a very good Chapman football team.
Yeah, these guys, they're a real deal. They're a real deal. They're a good football team. Ultimately, if we're going to get to where we want to be, this is the type of team that we need to go beat. And, we're very capable of doing that if we play well. When you play somebody that is a really good football team, your room for mistake drops drastically. So there's got to be things that we do to help ourselves and not hurt ourselves. We're going to play good football. But, these guys can do it. They're skilled people. The skilled people are best we've seen by far. They're averaging close to 50 points a game. They got a real good quarterback that makes them go. So, these guys are the real deal. It's going to be a big challenge for our defense. I also know our guys will be up to the challenge. It always going to come down to can we execute.
This week, Red Devils make their television debut. This game will be broadcast on My 40. Check your local listings on where you get that, whether it's your charter, your internet. It's My 40. We're going to be on TV this week, so always good when you get to showcase. Now, you have to cut the TV's volume down and listen to the CHS broadcast crew if you're able to do that, but Red Devils on TV this week. That's exciting.
Yeah, we want all our fans to come out to the game. We want, the people that can't come to watch it on TV, listen to it on the radio, but for people like my Meemaw, she can't come to the game. So for the Red Devils to be on TV, it's fantastic. I also think it's wonderful for our program, to say, hey, we're thinking up about your program and put you on TV. I think it shows, just that people think a lot about Red Devil football program. It's a cool opportunity for our guys, too.
Chapman, as we talked about, they're number 4 in 3A. They're led by Colton Bailey. An outstanding offense. This team really puts up points. Now, our defense, as all Red Devil fans know, we have played well all year on the defense side of the ball, but it's really going to take that this week. This may be the best offense we faced.
It is. It's the best offense that we face. They can run it, they can throw it, and they just have weapons everywhere. So, as a fan, this should be a fantastic matchup to watch. These 2 units get after each other. Their offense and our defense. And I know Coach Hodge watches that film. Up there, he probably sees the speed that we got, and they've got speed on offense everywhere. But it should be a fantastic matchup for a fan to watch. But these guys are fantastic. They're really good. They're very deserving of a number 4 ranking. But we're also excited for the chance to go compete against them.
Red Devil offense last week, we got on track. We have been waiting for that performance from the Red Devil offense all season long, put it together, and it's going to take that again because you think Chapman, as good as our defense plays, they're probably going to put up points. So talk about your Red Devil offense and what we have to do this week to beat Chapman.
Yeah, this probably ain't a game. We're going to win 7-6. We're going to have to put some points on the board, and the biggest thing we're going to have to do is run the football. That's no surprise. For anybody, anybody who's watched us play, you see the difference when we can't run the football and when we can. So, running the football is going to be critically important to us. We know that we can throw it. We know we can catch it. We know we can do things for our receivers, but it allows us to do so much more when we're able to run the football. So, You know, our guys on offense, it starts with those big boys up front. They played their best across the board last week. And, you know, our guys running the ball, we feel like we've got several that we can put back there and go running. So, you know, we need to be able to run the football. That's no surprise to us, no surprise to Chapman. If they stop us from running the football, we're going to be in trouble. So, you know, our offense needs to have another good performance for us to be able to have a chance to win this game.
One thing that was interesting last week, the broadcast crew, Gene and BJ, and myself, we were out amongst the crowd the way it was set up. I enjoyed that. We loved that. We were out there kind of in the middle of Red Devil Nation, and it was a great crowd that came up to Chesney. And even though the game's on TV, obviously we bring it on the radio each and every Friday night. But we have talked about on this show so many times how the boys, even you, the coaches, how we feed off the energy of the crowd. So go up to Inman, South Carolina this Friday. Let's get behind this Red Devil team. All goals are still on the table. 2-3 overall, but 0-0 in region play. And I know you echo the sentiments of the crowd that the Red Devil fans take each and every Friday night.
Yeah, that was a good crowd we took up to Chesney last week. And this, you know, this it's a bigger game. It's a bigger game. It's conference play. You're playing number 4 team, you know, in the state. And, you know, Chapman has a beautiful facility. It's easy to get to. You know, there's no reason. Come on, the weather's gonna be perfect. It'll be a good night. But you know, we can't ever tell you enough how important you are to us. Feeding off your energy. You know, hearing the roar of that crowd is fantastic. But all our goals are still on the table. And these guys, you know, we haven't really talked much about winning a county championship. That was kind of the first one right out of the gate. But these guys also set the goal to be conference champions.
That's right.
And really for the next 5 weeks, you know, you're playing to compete for a championship. So we know the importance of these next 5 games. We know the importance of this game this week. And, you know, I hope our guys will prepare to go execute. I hope there's a huge crowd up there to watch.
One thing that we're all proud about, all of Red Devil Nation, it cannot be denied. Our boys played to the final horn. They have really given everything they had all year. You expect nothing different when we go to Inman this Friday night. And let's get behind these boys. We're on TV. Red Devils making their television debut on My 40. Coach, final thoughts as we get ready to go this week to Inman to take on the Pack.
We just got to go execute. You know, against a good football team like Chapman, we can't shoot ourselves in the foot. And you've seen 2 different sides of our football team. You see us last week not shoot ourselves in the foot at all. We really executed. And then there's been the previous weeks where you saw us shoot ourselves in the foot and not give us a chance. You know, one thing for sure, we can't give these boys short field over and over and over and expect our defense to continue to stop them. They're good. You're not going to be able to do that against a good football team. But, you know, this really, it's going to come down to execute. Can we execute? Can we go compete? I know our guys are going to play hard. Just executing is ultimately what's going to make the difference.
Let's get behind the Big Red. For Coach Webb, for Melanie Watson, I'm Buddy Bridges saying until next week, this has been Clemson Football with Coach Andrew Webb.